Hi guys, welcome to another vlog. Today I'm driving the new Maruti Suzuki Swift. It looks so good from the front. Well, let's check it out. Coming to the lights of the vehicle, this light gets projector setup, which are looking pretty much nice and decent. Well, but the fog lamps aren't LEDs. The front bumper looks pretty much clean and nice, which has a black color cladding, a gloss black, which adds beauty to it. Coming to the alloys of the vehicle, it gets a dual tone of alloy treatment, and the tire size happens to be 185, 65 and Rs 15 wheels. The ORVMs look pretty much nice with the indicator treatment as well, and the side cladding looks decent and nice, but it has to be an aftermarket and comes under the accessories. Now talking about the rear portion of the car, it gets a spoiler, a body colored spoiler along with an antenna, and there you have the defogger lines with the rear wiper and washer fluid too. Now at the back, it looks a bit nice. It is a small kind of a low version of a Mini Cooper. Well, you have the Suzuki logo over there and the Swift logo, and you have lots of chrome treatment here and there. On the rear, you get a parking camera along with 4 rear parking sensors, and this is a diffuser treatment which kind of look nice and decent. Unlike older Maruti Suzuki Swift cars, the door handles has been placed on the C-pillar probably, and this is how you open up the doors. Well, the doors are pretty much nice and clean, but you get a lots of gloss plastics on here. You get a chrome handle, you have space to keep stuff here, and you can keep a very small half-liter water bottle or probably a juice bottle to store your stuff. Talking about the rear seats, so this comes in an accessory wherein you can opt for leather seats too, and the treatment on the seats feel pretty much nice and premium. Well, you get a sort of bumpiness over here, so you know, for better grip and better comfort of the passengers. Now for the rear, you get 2 adjustable headrests, which kind of feels nice, but you don't get a center AC vent or a charging socket at the rear, but you get a bottle holder. Now talking about the rear seat storage space, you don't get scoop out seat back, but you get a magazine holder to keep your stuff. Now coming to the driver's side door, you get passive entry for both the front doors, and this is how the ORVM controls and the power window controls are placed here, and you can lock and unlock the doors through here. You get pretty much space to keep your bottles over here, and you keep your cloths to wipe up the car. Now as soon as you enter, you get a Swift branding over here, which kind of feels nice. Well, these are the pedal placements. It's a manual transmission, so this is how the placements are placed here, and this is probably to open up the engine bay. Well, you get parking sensor indicators, this is the headlight leveler, and good thing is that this car gets a engine start stop system. Well, those are the AC vents. Enough. Coming to the cluster of the vehicle, this looks pretty much nice. You get 2 sorts of oval shapes. One is for the tachometer and one is for the speedometer. On the center, you get a MID unit, which can be controlled through this button to check out the range, fuel economy, distance to empty and mileage. Now talking about the steering wheel, it gets a nice leather wrapping, which kind of feels nice and decent. These are the controls to browse through that infotainment system. Well, this is to cut the call and accept the call. Well, this is the voice command button. Horn feels nice. Well, now talking about the cluster, You get a touchscreen system over here. Well, this is a new unit wherein the knobs have a rotary motion to it, which feels nice. And this is a TFT screen which displays the temperature and the blowing speeds over here. Over here you get a 12-volt charging socket along with a USB charging socket too. You have space to keep stuff. And this is a 5-speed manual version with a 1 reverse and 5 front. Well, you don't get any sort of treatment or center armrest, but you get a parking brake over here. The IC vents feel nice. You get a hazard alert switch over there. You have a sort of treatment over here which kind of feels nice and good. Well, this is the glove box which is pretty much decent to store your stuff. Now over here you get an inside rear view mirror, and the light placements have been on the top. And for the blinds you get a toll receipt holder over here, and from the opposite side you get a mirror but no lights. In total you get 3 handles so that you can grab on when you are driving past. Well, the front driver and co-driver headrests are pretty much nice because it gets a very a long cushioning for the heads, which feels nice, and the seats are pretty much comfortable, and the bolsterings pretty much feels nice, and these are pretty much nicely given, so you for given better comfort. Well, how is it to drive? Let's get driving. Now talking about the engine portion of the vehicle, this is the top of the line variant which we are driving, which is a ZXi Plus variant, and it's a petrol engine. Well, that's the engine of the vehicle. It's a 1.2 liter petrol engine. As for the BS6 norms, every car maker is opting for petrol variants and leaving a lot of diesel vehicles behind. Well, that is a washer fluid area. This is the battery of the vehicle, and you get plenty of space wherein you can actually see through what's going on under the road. Well, how is it to drive? Before that, well, let's check this. You have insulation right over there. Well, that is to adjust when you open up the engine bay, and pretty much nice, and you get a lot of warnings here and there. Well, how is it to drive? Let's get driving. Before driving, urge everyone to fasten your seat belts, check for all the doors to be locked. Safety is a must. Please don't try to imitate. Now I forgot to show you one thing. This car has got a reverse parking camera. Well, that's a reverse parking camera. It gets guidelines but which aren't adaptive, and nothing much to talk about the rear camera. Well, now getting into the first gear. Revving the motor, revs till 5000 RPM. Off we go. Redlines at around 6000 RPM in the first gear. In the second gear it redlines up to 5500 RPM, and into the third gear we are revving the nuts after the motor, and it's making 4000 RPM, and the mileage company has claimed is around 21 kilometers per liter, which is pretty much nice for this vehicle. Well, it's 1167cc motor. It's a petrol BS6 compliant engine which produces 82 horsepower with 113 Newton meters of torque. Well, now there is some incident happened, I guess. Well, now the engine noise is pretty much I can probably say it's good to hear the engine noise because it's not that irritating noise, but the punch from this vehicle is pretty much nice. Into the second gear, and there we go, and the engine loves to be revved. It makes nice engine sound which loves the driver to make very easy. Now we are already into 100 kilometers per hour, and we are in the almost in the fourth gear, and we are almost crossing 120 kilometers per hour, and the RPM or the tachometer is sticking around 4000 RPM, which is pretty much decent. Well, only thing about this car, the drawback which I feel, is that the brakes aren't that stiff as expected because it's taking a bit of a time to stop. Let me quickly show you. well, you have to apply 2 times to actually get into that brake level as what you are expecting. Well, but the engine is pretty much noisier, I could probably say, but still it's a petrol engine, but I don't understand why the engine is roaring like that. Well, the cabin feels nice, but there is a plenty of noise from the engine, which is a kind of somewhat good to hear and drive. Well, it kind of feels like you're driving some sports car or something like that, because the engine noise is making like that. Well, as I told you, it's a 82 horsepower. It's pretty much nice and decent for a car of this segment, of this size, of this light, to produce 82 horsepower at 130 Newton meters of torque from a smaller engine, which is a 1.2 liter petrol engine. Well, actually Maruti has stopped making diesel cars for now. Well, steering feels nice and decent. It's pretty much easy to maneuver. Steering offers great amount of feedback from the vehicle. Well, it's pretty much stiff, I could probably say. Well, it's so much fun, but it's not as enthusiastic as I thought it would be. Okay guys, I'll be back with another vlog. Take care, see you soon, bye.